Hi Alex, how are you?
Oh, hey, Joanna. Yeah, I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm quite good. It's a bit windy today, but I see you're busy. I'm wondering maybe you have some time to answer a couple of questions for me.
Sure. What can I do for you?
So today I would like to talk about planned and unplanned downtime. And I'm wondering maybe you could first explain the difference between those two things.
Yeah, sure. So let's start with planned downtimes. These could be things like calibrations, which are planned. You need to do them, and your plant goes offline for that time, and you do the calibrations. Unplanned, on the other hand, are things which you don't want to happen, where you need to react fast to get your process back up and running and producing.
So I'm wondering what are the sources and the costs of unplanned downtime?
All right. So as for the sources, you've got different ones. For example, you've got human error, then you've got machine failures, instrumentation failures, and more you also have software-related things that can happen. And last but not least, also cybersecurity threats that can lead to unplanned downtimes.
Okay, so there are quite a couple of things. And so I'm dealing a lot, and you probably as well, with the IoT. And I'm wondering, is there any way in which IoT can help to reduce the costs of unplanned downtime?
Yeah, sure. So the main concept behind IoT is that of the digital twin, right? You have a digital twin of your plant, for example, in the cloud, and it creates a lot of transparency. And that transparency can help you, for example, on the reactive side. Yeah, so you have maintenance technicians and an unplanned downtime occurs. These guys need to be enabled to act as quickly as possible, and because every minute, in some industries, a minute of downtime can cost up to $22,000, like in the automotive industry. So you need to enable these guys to react as quickly as possible. And on the proactive side, you've got things like plant asset management, making sure that your the instrumentations in your plant are not too obsolete, because as the time increases of your plant, some plants can last up to 40, 50 years, running their production process. Things become obsolete and the risk of an unplanned downtime increases.
So you mentioned the proactive and reactive side of things. And when it comes to the Natillion offering, is there any way in which Natillion can help with the proactive and reactive side?
Yeah, for sure. So on the reactive side, enabling our technicians to react faster, we've got Natillion Health, for example. It gives you all sorts of information about diagnostic messages. So if you have a cryptic error code on your instrumentation display, and your technicians are going to go off into Google, search for that, you're wasting a lot of time.
True.
So Natillion Health can help you by finding out those diagnostic information, giving you actionable, cause and remedy information about that error message, not only for Endress and Hauser devices, but also for more than 50 other manufacturers, which is pretty cool. On the proactive side, you've also got Natillion Analytics. Creates transparency about your standardization in your plant. So you don't want to be training your employees on 10 different valve manufacturers. It would be nice to standardize so you can train your employees better on just a couple of different valves, for example, and that can help them know more about your plant and react faster.
Okay, so when you talk about the proactive and reactive side, I'm also thinking of predictive maintenance, because there's a lot of talk going on about that right now, right?
Yeah, predictive maintenance is a bit of a hype topic, and you got to be a bit careful. There's a couple of buzzwords going around, like machine learning, artificial intelligence, in the vicinity of predictive maintenance. And the point is, in the IIoT, you have you're basically collecting the data from your process plant in a very structured manner. So when it comes to predicting things before they're going to happen, you need to know the data that leads up to an event. And then you can start thinking about doing predictive maintenance, because then you have the event and the data. And Natillion and IoT ecosystems in general, they can collect that data in such a way that you can use it for use cases like predictive maintenance.
Okay, cool. So as it starts raining again, I think it's time to wrap things up maybe. So Alex, could you maybe in one sentence tell me how Natillion or the Natillion offering can help to reduce unplanned downtime?
All right, let me try. So on the reactive side, Natillion Library for documentation, Natillion Natillion Health for these diagnostic informations can help your technicians react faster. On the proactive side, Natillion Analytics really helps you tackle problems like standardization, for critical assets and also for obsolete assets, obsolescence management, the keyword. And then we've got Natillion Connect, which is giving access to the Natillion API. So all of that data is available in a structured format, and that can help you get use cases such as predictive maintenance up and running.
Okay, well, it sounds pretty good to me. Thank you so much, Alex, for your time, and have a nice day.
Yeah, thanks, Giovanna.
Okay, bye, see you.